And through for Nicky Platt, onside, scores! An extraordinary moment in the first game of the competition proper.
Rochdale of League 1 0, FC United of Manchester 1, 95 league place between them, but very calm, very collected. Carl Marginson in the FC United dressing room telling Daryl Curry just before he went into the dressing room there are a few things to sort out, and he's making sure they are sorted out. But whatever the problems are, well, his team have performed heroically in the first 45 minutes. Keith Hatchin and John Barnes with us pitch side here at Scotland. The FA Cup just throws up drama stories. We've only just got going 45 minutes of this year's competition, the first round proper. Well played, FC United.
Yes, well played, but I have to say that Rochdale are playing very well as well. They're playing a lot of composure, playing the ball through midfield, and they were comfortable until they went 1-0 down. Missed two great chances. Elding had a fantastic chance, as did Adams. But as the longer it went on, you can see FC United getting back into it. North to the centre forward was causing problems, and the one bit of quality we saw from Wright, he laid on the goal.
The FC United fans are in a frenzy here, and they've got a goal to cheer that they'll remember forever. Keith, you scored in the 87 final for Nicky Platt. This is going to mean equally the same.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I cannot believe the atmosphere. The atmosphere is absolutely fantastic.
Took the goal really well, didn't he?
Took it well. It's a great run. He's looked up, had a little look, and the keeper's gone to the ground a little bit early, and but he's finished it really well. He's got his foot underneath it, and it was a fantastic finish. It was a great time to score right on half-time, because as John said, Rochdale, I thought, were in control. They were playing some really nice football. They were passing the ball about very well. But they missed the chances. Two clear-cut chances, missed them both. He's right on line there, yeah. It's a great finish. Wonderful finish.
Really, but it's all there. That's the feature. That really is the feature of football in the lower leagues, because you saw both full-backs actually set him on. The two centre-backs had stepped up, so therefore he would have been offside, but as he looked along the line, the left-back and the right-back were behind the centre-backs, and that's a crime for the full-backs to be behind the centre-backs.
Jerome Wright played a great ball through there. But margins always very different, and Rochdale came out and they looked the League One side, and they had early chances. They might rue missing them.
Well, not only the chances, they controlled the game. This is right in the first minute when Kennedy went through. Fantastic run. Took it around the keeper, but just wasn't able to finish. But from this was in the first 10 seconds. He got a little bit lucky going through at time, but after that, Rochdale completely dominated. They played with a lot of energy, a lot of commitment, also the desire, but all of the quality was coming from Rochdale.
Handball very early in the game.
I need to see it again. There was a big shout. Oh, it's two hands.
Yeah.
We never actually saw the replay earlier on, but of course,
I'm not convinced that he meant to do that, man. I mean,
it was more ball to hand.
He tried to head it, his hands come round and punched it out. It would have been a harsh one.
We've seen him give it though.
Yeah,
hey, look, from that angle, it looked like he misheaded it and then he swung his elbow.
Hang on. As much as the underdog are going to get some support, that is handball.
From that angle, yes. But of course, we have the benefit of looking at it 2 and 3 times.
Barnes, you think from any angle it's handball.
Well, to be honest, the first angle it looked accidental. But from that angle, it looked accidental.
Sitting watching the game, I didn't think it was. It's only when we watched it again. So sure.
Well, fitness might play a part, but so far the story for FC United is absolutely sensational. Second half is a few minutes away, and this is the team, don't forget, disenfranchised United fans left Old Trafford to form a new club. They lead in the cup. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the FA Cup. Rochdale boss Keith Hill in deep conversation with John Barnes. His team are trailing to FC United of Manchester by 1-0 at half-time. Tactical advice, perhaps. Meanwhile, in the FC United dressing room, well, for this team born just 5 years ago, they're about to come out and play 45 minutes of their lives. Can they hold on? Can they pull off a massively shock result in the first round of the FA Cup? Also coming up here on ESPN, SPL action, St Mirren against Rangers tomorrow from 11:15. SPL action here on ESPN. Wow, well, if the first half was anything to go by, as the flares go off, Rochdale this evening, well, I know it's bonfire night, but really, the atmosphere has been absolutely wild. Time to hand back to the ESPN commentary team, Craig Burley and John Champion.
No sooner has the first round proper got underway than it's stretching the bounds of credulity again. Nicky Platt, a 22-year-old Liverpudlian,
once on Liverpool's books, accepting his opportunity to write his place into the clubs and, who knows, maybe the competition's folklore. It's a wonderful ability to make stars of previously unheard of players. Dickie Guy, Chris Kelly, the Leatherhead Lip, Tim Bazaglo of Woking, to name but three. There's a slight delay because a flare has been thrown onto the pitch in front of the FC United supporters, and their left back Battersby has had to remove it. The language somewhat fruity, for which we apologise. Passions are running high inside Scotland tonight, as FC United in the red get the second half underway. And it's Deegan nodding it on, looking for Norton. Rochdale's right back is Scott Wiseman. Very relaxed Keith Hill as he chatted to John Barnes. He was out for a good 6 or 7 minutes prior to the start of the second half. Said what he had to say together with his assistant David Flitcroft, and then came and was alone with his thoughts until John so rudely interrupted him. Here's Wright. A miscue, it hit Adams on the arm. Well, I think to point out about Keith Hill is that he is a rabid Manchester United fan. He's delighted that Rochdale are playing Friday night. He'll be at Old Trafford tomorrow. The Glazers don't overly concern him, and so he'll be watching Manchester United against Wolves. Right, Deegan, here's Platt, the goal scorer, and now Jerome Wright, and Deegan, and Holness got to it in the nick of time for Rochdale.
Well, his touch just got away from him, Deegan there, didn't it? Otherwise he would have been able to pull the trigger.
Gary Jones. Time that FC United have ever faced a league club. And they're up against a league club who've lost to non-league opposition in each of the last 2 seasons in the FA Cup.
I know Rochdale had a lot of possession in the first half. Some of their football was good. They did create 2 or 3 good chances, but I thought FC United actually played pretty well as the game wore on. I thought they got a bit of confidence about them, created 3 or 4 decent chances. I certainly didn't think it was one-way traffic. That's not to say that's not going to change.
To give Rochdale their due, they are a good side. They've shown themselves to be a good side. Finished 3rd in League 2 last season, having knocked on the door of promotion by the playoffs in the 2 seasons before. Widdowson, Elding, and a play off Jacobs. Elding, Jones. Barry Murphy, Adams, Wiseman, and Deegan doing some wrestling with Dawson. Norton, Deegan, again they're linking it well, FC United, and Ben Deegan's done very well. Here comes Cottrell! A screamer! A sensational screamer! And the foundation
foundations of Old Trafford, 10 miles away, will be shaking with the noise.
Well, it's what this competition's all about, isn't it? It's dreams. And you dream about moments like this. You dream about getting in this situation where you've got an opportunity against a side that are much, much higher than you in terms of where they stand in football in Rochdale. And his first half, and his partner got the goal, Nicky Platt getting in the box. He was the one that laid it off. But what a strike this is as he comes on to it. He's not under any pressure, but take nothing away from him. That is a wonderful strike. Absolutely brilliant. The two midfielders have got the goals and they've given themselves a great chance.
A goal fit to grace the final of this competition in May, but scored on a wet, chilly November evening in Rochdale. And here come FC United again with Rocker, and it's behind by Holness.
The only thing is, in the build-up to that goal, John, before that good play, actually, that Nicky Platt was away again through the middle. He just wasn't spotted, but he'd made another run. In the end, he got the ball. He was the one that actually laid it back in there. He was getting backed up by his midfield partner. What an occasion this is. What an occasion it might be.
Long way to go yet. Norton. FC United throw. And were they to win this, they'd then be only one game away from their dream, which is FC United against Manchester United. Battersby. Deegan on that occasion losing out, but that's not happened often. Can FC United keep their heads, keep their minds, keep their concentration? Gauntlet has been thrown down to the League One side. O'Grady. Jacobs. Norton. Jones. If you're a Rochdale supporter, you won't agree with this sentiment. Follow FC United or just enjoy the FA Cup. You may agree that it's been a magnificent night so far at Scotland. Rochdale have an opportunity here to strike back. FC United win tonight, it'll be a great tie. If Rochdale come back, it'll be a tremendous tie.
It is already, I think, a tremendous tie. A great advert for this FA Cup here on ESPN.
Adams leaves it for Brian Barry Murphy, and Elding pulls one back. And it's taken 2.5 minutes for Rochdale to find a response. Anthony Elding.
Well, the one thing you've got to do is pick up. And he's not, I think it's Battersby he gets off initially. And McManus was behind him. Battersby had his back in the wrong position. He was completely unaware of who was behind him to start with. And this is a free. It's a great ball in. I'll give you that. It's a fantastic ball in. But when you've given yourself a 2-0 lead, John, in this competition, you've got to protect it.
Norton has gone down clutching his head, claiming that he was caught by an arm. With it being a head injury, the referee will want immediate attention.
Certainly put yourself about, Martin. I don't think there was any real intent there.
Began his career at Nottingham Forest under the management of David Platt, then went on into non-league football and scored more than 200 goals for Curzon Ashton, including an FA Cup winner against Exeter City 2 seasons ago. But the goal scorers tonight, Carl Marginson's 2 central midfield men, Nicky Platt and Jake Cottrell.
Well, look at the foul that led to the goal. There's a bit of shit pulling from Monroe. And then he's just behind Battersby, I think it is. It is Battersby. I think McManus is picking up Kennedy. I think Battersby was picking up Elding, or he was supposed to be picking him up. but his body was in the wrong position. He was just watching the ball. He had no awareness of who was behind him, and Eldon just skipped it the wrong side of him, and the header was pretty simple after that.
Rochdale preparing to make a change. Jean-Louis Akpro, French striker, coming on. And here's Cottrell, who got the second goal. Rocker. Norton trying to find space inside the penalty area. Here's Wright. 4,000 people shouting man on at him. Jerome Wright. Now Barry Murphy. Jones. No lessening of the noise despite Rochdale's goal. Jason Kennedy to Widdowson. Taking his time in retrieving the ball. And here comes that Rochdale change, and it's Nicky Adams being replaced by Jean-Louis Akpro. He's a striker who came immediately from Grimsby, but began his career in the French First Division with Toulouse. Tackle by Jake Cottrell. Dawson skips away from the right back Wiseman. And there is, as ever, added spice to the identity of the scorer of FC United's second goal. Jake Cottrell was a Rochdale trainee until the age of 16. And not just that, he went to Cardinal Langley School in Middleton, the same as another midfield goal scorer, Paul Scholes. Slotting into the right of Rochdale's front three. Holding out on the left at the moment. O'Grady. Jacobs. Deegan is offside. Interesting to see how long Carl Marginson leaves the front two as they are. They're not into this game, and they do have the veteran Glyn Hurst on the bench, who scored well over 100 league goals.
Certainly Deegan looks as if he'll toil a little bit more than Norton, the bigger of the two.
Well, I could have sworn that should have been a corner. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me through the bonfire night smoke. Kick's been given.
Your eyes are not deceiving you. Yet.
Most of us all okay.
A sense of calm around here at the moment, which is not been able to say for a long time. Just taking a breather. Both sets have been going on hammer and tongs, these two sets of players.
First round tie of the FA Cup, sponsored by E.ON. FC United of the Evo Stick Premier Division, leading League One Rochdale. Rochdale fighting back well, and they have a free kick.
It's a bit of a needless one to give away from Jerome Wright. Trying to take it quick. Just had a hold of Akpro's shut. Now, that's where they lost the goal from the set piece on the other side. Very, very slack defending. Jobs to do, got to pick up.
It's Brian Barry Murphy. And another free header. Jean-Louis Akpro, newly arrived.
Well, they're dropping a bit deep for me. I just think a bit of inexperience, just backing off into the box. You've got to try and squeeze up. Try and hold them out the box as much as you can, make it as difficult as you can.
Given away by Dawson. This is Rocker. Deegan. Norton. These two have combined well. Wiseman. It was late by Ben Deegan. Well, the referee has been patient and has preferred to talk rather than book tonight, but now I think that patience has worn a bit too thin.
Yeah, he can have no complaints. In all fairness, I think his manager would expect him to put himself around like that. He certainly has done when the ball's been played up to him. He's not always been favourite, but he's made an effort to get there, and he's just a little bit late here, and he's very, very clumsy as well. No doubt that's a booking.
Carl Jacobs. Michael Norton. And Jacobs again! Deegan's with him. Jacobs saw glory beckoning. Found only to stand behind the goal.
Well, again, for I think the third or fourth time this evening, there's a slip. This time it's from Holness, the centre back, and he just panics. Jacobs doesn't say the right back, gets forward. There he had 2 or 3 options and picked the wrong one. I thought your eyes weren't deceiving you.
Some of you watching at home will be thinking about the fitness of the FC United players. They are, by definition, part-time. They train twice a week. They maintain that their fitness will stand up to comparison with Rochdale's. I don't see that being a factor. Akro for Chris O'Grady. Rochdale forces gathering. FC United held them up long enough. Battersby, poor pass, Barry Murphy. O'Grady. Gary Jones.
Poor finish, really. Battersby again, the left back, is a risk taker, isn't he? Certainly playing trying to play some balls into an area or areas that he should never really be doing so. Back into the danger area. And he's got 2 big strikers up front that he can shell it up to.
Were Rochdale to lose tonight, it would be their worst cup defeat for more than 30 years. Dawson forced backwards by Michael Norton. 32 years ago they lost 1-0 here to Droylsden, then in the Cheshire League. But in those days, Rochdale were, with all due respect, something of a laughing stock. They were the butt of many a cheap joke, 10 applications for re-election. twice bottom of the pile in the Football League. Holness. These days they're a very serious outfit, doing very well. Tonight, meeting a team inspired in FC United. Dawson. FC United throw.
There's a good ball there from McManus, the second half, to Norton's feet. It's been a good out ball for them.
Right throw. And bounce through to the goalkeeper Lillis. Still have only met big Manchester United once in the FA Cup. Third round tie at Old Trafford in the mid-1980s. Goals from Hughes and Stapleton. And it went the way of form and expectation. Here's O'Grady. Could have taken that in his stride. It could have been 2-2.
A great ball in from Akpo, a very, very early ball in. Battersby diving in again, no need to do so, just going to stay goal side. And well, he's not really trying to make an effort there. I think he's trying to get a touch on that. Very, very difficult to take that down with a soft touch when it's coming in off the surface like that.
O'Grady. And out as far as right. Losing up to Akpo. Barry Murphy. It's a deep ball in the end, just too deep for Anthony Elding. Well, this is the first of 40 ties spread across the weekend. We've got another live game tomorrow here on ESPN as non-league Cambridge United take on former winners Huddersfield. And then a week tomorrow we revert to the Barclays Premier League. Stoke against Liverpool will be live at tea time. Norton. Stuck it short and Goodison will clear. Elding. Probably optimistic. Munro. Rocker. Deegan on the back foot. Craig Dawson. Deegan tackling from an improbable angle. He's on a yellow card. Akro. Battersby. Does he take a chance or does he hoop it?
Takes a chance. Okay. He sort of gets away with it. We spoke at half-time about whether FC United would come a cropper with the tiredness. Well, you spoke. I was eating a sausage roll at the time and I was listening. I just wonder, you know, it doesn't look like it at the moment, although the two strikers, certainly Deegan looks as if he's just labouring a little bit. He's put a lot of work and graft into this game. No signs yet on the FC United bench if they're going to make any changes.
There's a quarter of this tie still to play. Temperature has dropped noticeably since kick-off. We are told by the forecasters there's a cold front coming in, and Rochdale are certainly feeling the chill. Deegan. All the singing is coming from the visitors. It's in a town renowned for producing people with great voices. Lucy Fields, Lisa Stansfield, and if you stretch the point a bit, even the Rochdale cowboy, Mike Harding. O'Grady.
just sort of regrouped, haven't they, FC United? They got that 2-0 lead with that Cottrell stunning, wonderful strike, and it was euphoria. And Rochdale just gave him the old bloody nose with the punch right across the bridge of it with the Elding goal, a very soft goal. Got flustered and bemused for a little while, but they've regrouped.
And they're looking more than capable of finding an equaliser. It's Elding. Murphy to Widdowson. Referee's played a good advantage. Done well tonight, Jeff Eltringham. O'Grady tried to pass it into the corner. It's off the line by Battersby.
He's come up trumps there, hasn't he, Battersby? With an edgy, nervy evening, the left back. But did his job there. Tucked round on that line.
Rochdale's reputation on the line. Jason Kennedy. It's Elding. It's a very obliging deflection for Sam Ashton.
A great run again from O'Grady, and as you mentioned, John, a very good advantage from the referee, who I think's had a very good night. Little nutmeg, probably just gone past the post with the keeper beaten, but this time he didn't take a chance and leave it. Couldn't be sure, so he cleared his line, something he should have been doing a little bit more often this evening.
If you just joined us, FC United took the lead to a thunderous noise 2 minutes before the breakthrough, Nicky Platt. It was doubled early in the second half by a thunderbolt from Jake Cottrell. And a couple of minutes later, Anthony Elding headed in a free kick to make it 2-1. To the byline, Battersby with him. Corner. FC United are disputing the decision. Ryan Barry Murphy has come across to take it. Dawson. Barry Murphy. It's a useful ball in, and the header was firm from Dawson. Straight at the keeper though.
Yeah, very well attacked, doesn't it? His ball floated in from Barry Murphy into a lovely area. Attacks that really well. I think there's just enough pressure on him that he can't get a free header. He put down injured, I think, from that challenge.
It's Carl Munro, who's in an interesting position because during the week, as well as running a limousine company, he worked at Rochdale School of Excellence. He may not be welcome back. Let's hear from the FC United manager, Carl Marginson. 20 minutes from glory. He's with Darryl.
Carl, changes. How are the tactics going to change?
What we need to do, we need to squeeze. Obviously, they're pushing us back. We need to get squeezed up a little bit. This is just Carlos Rocco's carrying a bit of an injury, so we're just making a like-for-like switch. It's just making sure that we get squeezed up, so they're not making us play too deep, really.
Are you confident that fatigue won't come into this?
It's already coming into it, believe you me. It was always going to be the case. You know, we've got fit lads, you know, at our level, but Rochdale moved the ball really well, and you know that's why we try to get our shape right, nice and early.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Carl Marginson, who used to play as a child on the pitch used by the original Newton Heath Club, the forerunners of Manchester United, and it's to that area of Manchester that FC United are hoping to return by building a new 5,000 capacity stadium. We should hear from the planners later this month as to whether their application has been successful. This is a young Yorkshireman, Chris Ovington, who's a right-sided midfield player. Coming off, we heard Carl Marginson refer to a slight injury suffered by Carlos Roca. Ovington was with Leeds United. Given a professional contract but never made the first team. He's now making his way with FC United. Munro's okay. He's coming back on now. Munro clearly okay. Ovington. Jacobs. Oh, Norton had chased it and it was in the end a lost cause, but he was still prepared and had enough energy to pursue it. Whatever happens from here on in, FC United will always remember their first time the competition proper. Manchester United, the senior Manchester United, the big Manchester United, that was back in 1886. Their bow in the FA Cup at Fleetwood Rangers. They drew 2-2, refused to play extra time to sort the game out, and were promptly kicked out of the competition. Akpa Akra. Wright couldn't stop him. Battersby did enough. FC United throw. Scorer of the goal that separates the sides. Chris Ovington. Jones. Glenn Hurst is warming up for FC United. The oldest player in their squad, also the most experienced, 140 senior goals. O'Grady. Akpa Akra. Goes down by Battersby. The ball is out of the ground. It is a corner. People look at their watches now. Andy Murphy, FC United have looked vulnerable from these set pieces, and that's why Craig Dawson, thumping header, and Rochdale have come from 2 down. Oh, he reckons it may be 5-2 by the end of the night. It's 2-2 now.
Well, again, I mean, a great ball in from Brian Barry Murphy, and I think Dawson there takes a bit of a punch in the head for his troubles, but he's been a threat from set pieces all night. He's had a couple of good headers from free kicks, and again, it's just how he attacks it. I think it might be Deegan, the striker, that's picking him up, but again, it's 10 out of 10 just for attacking the ball. Keeper's got no chance in that crowded area, and after a 2-0 lead from FC United, really on the fight back now. Rochdale have had most of the pressure, and now I think they're going to go for the jugular.
Fee that Rochdale received for Craig Dawson from West Brom in the summer would keep FC United going for well over a year. How glad they must be that they've loaned him back. 11 goals from centre-back last season, his third of this, and it could be the goal that rescues them. Akpa Akra. Bean counters at FC United, of whom there are a few. We're wondering about the possibilities of a replay, which would be at Gig Lane, 5 miles down the road, the home of Rochdale's greatest rivals, Bury. Jones. The energy to come again, FC United.
I think as the game wears on, John, the gap between midfield and strikers for FC United just becomes greater and greater, and see the ball up there. He's not got a great deal of support at the moment.
Deegan. A few of these players playing on adrenaline shortly, if not already. O'Grady. Marginson, a proud man, proud of his club, proud of his team. Turns 40 next week. And a win tonight would have been the cue for an early birthday party. McManus began his career as an apprentice at Manchester United. Not as a left winger though, still going. Maybe just took it on one pace too far. And now he's got to scramble back. And O'Grady is onside, but the ball drifted out of play, and he'll have to come back.
I got a bit lucky there because Battersby was a little bit deep, but what a run. Run from McManus, there you go, brushes Akpo off. Get off in the sunshine, and then he does it actually brilliantly here, and he's such his enthusiasm that he just, his touch just gets away from him, and Barry Murphy that just gets back and makes the challenge. But what a fine run.
Mike Norton. By Barry Murphy, it was a poor pass to him.
Platt was onto him like a shot again.
Jacobs pursued by both O'Grady and Elding. Bearing in mind it was 2 against 1, Rochdale will be disappointed they're given away a free kick.
Well, let's have a look again at this tenacious play from Nicky Platt, the goal scorer. I mean, him and Cottrell are just, I said that before the game, the two youngsters, 22-year-old, the pair of them, great legs in there, they've walked and walked and walked, they've got themselves 2 excellent goals, each 2 very different goals. And when you think Cottrell was playing Sunday League last season, it's a measure of how far he's progressed in the last 12 months. Both can be proud of their performances this evening.
Headlines had been written early in the second half. They've now been redesigned. Still the possibility of another rewrite. Offside against Akpo. And all of this, the maelstrom and the drama and the noise coming from the biggest crowd of the season at Scotland by a margin. More than 7,000 people. It sounds like even more than that. Occasion that etches itself firmly in the memory bank. Whoever you follow, whatever your motivation for watching, it's Akpo.
Well, he's been very, very direct since he's came on, and it's almost one of those moments for Ashton. Oh boy, did he breathe a sigh of relief there.
Elding alone on the far side of the penalty area. Gary Jones. Barry Murphy. His header didn't necessarily help his team's cause. O'Grady.
No, I think it hits the target here down in this left-hand corner. I think the keeper's beaten because he's flat-footed, actually, just because O'Grady just takes it so quickly.
This is interesting. They put up 14 as the player to come off, and number 4's going across for FC United as we watch the replay.
Well, I think he's probably going for a drink or something, John, or a little bit of advice there. Nicky Platt.
In fact, it's going to be Ben Deegan who is taken off, and Simon Carden, who is the club record appearance holder for FC United, with them since the very start, comes on. He's a midfield man in place of a striker. Does that mean they'd be happy to accept a replay now?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, they're getting a little bit of a runaround in there now, and you know, Deegan's worked his socks off. He's a big lad. He's got a big frame to carry about the pitch, and he's looking a bit dead on his feet for the last 10 or 15 minutes, and they could do with the extra body in midfield. So I think that's a sensible move, really.
Well, there won't be many better ties than this in the Eon-sponsored FA Cup this season.
It was described to me at half-time like been back in the 70s, the atmosphere here. I think it's been a special night, whatever the result. Here at Scotland's, it's been a great atmosphere. It's been a very, very good and entertaining game, enjoyed by all, even the kids. We've seen some great goals. FC United really have stood up to the plate tonight, no doubt about it, win or lose.
And we should perhaps say it, whilst it is level, whatever happens from here on in, well done both teams.
Exactly. And our boys are watching behind that ESPN cover there. but knowing the lads will be sitting munching up, buying chips.
Ray's having his makeup done, I think.
Can't be, there's only 4 minutes left.
Battersby. Norton, now a lone striker. Simon Carden is looking for Ovington. And Ovington has won a corner. And hope manifests itself again for the non-leaguers, who remember led 2-0 in this game early in the second half. Goals from Platt and Cottrell. Cottrell's already a contender for the goal of the FA Cup this season. But Elding and Dawson, with headers from set pieces, have pulled Rochdale level. And Jimmy Holden is coming on in place of Richard Battersby for these final few minutes. It's a tigerish midfield player. Barry Murphy couldn't get there, Holness did, and they'll do it again.
A little bit of holding in there as well. I think it was O'Grady on Jacobs. Jacobs, I think, just complaining to the referee, who obviously didn't see it. He's got to keep a close eye.
FC United, anything seems possible. Norton goes up. Brian Barry Murphy. Anthony Elding. Scott McManus. Jake Cottrell. McManus does well to retain it. Jacobs. Jerome Wright. Is there a dramatic finale here at Scotland? Wright. This is a header from Norton that lacked threat. O'Grady. Cleanly won, it was well timed. Jacobs didn't have options, there's only Norton ahead of him. Now it's Chris Ovington. Too strong for Norton, who was offside in any case. And if this does go to a replay, then Gig Lane will be packed in 9 or 10 days' time. More money into the coffers. The FC United's stated aim of a new ground. Elding. Dawson. Extra minutes, signified by the fourth official on the far side of the ground. Not the time to dilly-dally for a goalkeeper. Manus has rescued him, and here's Simon Carden with 4 runners ahead of him. Still showing some ambition. Norton. Dawson did not come through the back of him. Cottrell. Jacobs. Munro. Elding for Chris O'Grady. Ball beats him to the touchline. An overall experience for those of us lucky enough to be here tonight, without losing perspective, without being too effusive. Maybe FC United are onto something, and their followers, if this is their antidote to what they perceive to be corporate greed. It's been wholesome. It's been gripping, totally unpredictable, wholehearted, and memorable. The fans have played their part in that. It's Widdowson, Cottrell. Wiseman. There's no offside. No coherent strike on goal either from Anthony Elding. And Keith Hill, I think, is resigning himself to another tricky encounter down the road at Bury in a replay. Carl Marginson will never show it. He is phlegmatic to the end, but he must be so proud. But here's Kennedy. The story may not be over yet. Chance for the Frenchman. Daylight, such as it is, quickly blocked out. 1 minute remaining.
Just got inside young Cottrell there, who's had a fantastic game. He's now gone out to left back to do his duties there since Battersby's gone off. I've got to say, John, I take great pleasure in commentating games like this rather than the big boys sometimes, because these guys tonight have just put absolutely everything into it. Like, it means the world to them. And they may never get a chance again to get, to such a level in the FA Cup and play at the big stadiums. And the carrot's dangled in front of them, and that's shown tonight.
Jerome Wright. Teed up as a potential game breaker. Oh, the ball's come loose. Norton's got a chance. FC United have only got to won it. And however sensational the first 2 goals were, that caps the lot. Rochdale imploring the referee to disallow it. The goalkeeper lost his grasp on the ball, and Mike Norton, who spent a decade in the shadows, is the man in the spotlight. The man who has sent the non-leaguers, the youngest club in the competition, into the second round.
Well, the only question is whether he's got it in his hands. He's certainly not there. No, he hasn't got that ball. He's not in control of that ball, Lillis. So that's why he's on off to complain. Has he got it here? Well, I'm not sure he has, I'm really not sure he has. Maybe just pokes it out there, but goodness me, what a story right at the end. And he's never, for me, fully in control of that ball. Unbelievable. That's paid off just for persistence, and it was a tap-in after that. But what a story at the end.
It's a gift, and all that remains surely is the final whistle. There are supporters around us in tears, and there is the whistle! And unbelievably, FC United on their FA Cup proper debut have won! It defies logic. It defies belief. It defies explanation. And those who barely showed any emotion now cannot help themselves. What began as a nightmare for these former followers of Manchester United has become a dream, and not just any old dream, a dream that will be remembered forever and a day.
A magnificent, magnificent performance. A magnificent match more than anything from both sets of players, right down to the wire. And what a fairy tale. What a fairy tale. What a way to open our coverage of the FA Cup. Two teams that went at it hammer and tongs, 5 goals and a dramatic, debatable winner. And Carol Madison, he cannot believe it. Or maybe he can believe it because his team fought and fought and fought. And Rochdale, it's possibly a hard luck story, but you've got to give credit to these boys and Norton for persistence. What a way to win it.
Well, you're right, we must mention Rochdale because they have contributed fully to a quite wonderful cup occasion. And one can only feel for poor Josh Lillis, the goalkeeper, who turned into the major culprit, allowing the ball to squirm from his grasp, whatever the protests. And for that man, Michael Norton, for so many years a non-league journeyman, but look where the journey has taken him now, into the second round of the FA Cup against all the odds. There was no way that there wouldn't be a pitch invasion, and on this rarest of occasions, it's one that you can almost justify. Just amazing. The night of their lives for FC United, except it isn't, because they've got another day in the sunshine to look forward to. Well done both sides, but particularly FC United of Manchester through to the second round.
Well, FC United have lit the blue touch paper on the FA Cup. Sparkling entertainment. They play in the 7th tier of English football. They've really confirmed their arrival on the football scene. 95 league places between the two teams. There is definitely another United in Manchester.